Hey, my legion, how y'all doing today? I was thinking about my dad. I was thinking about growing up, and I've seen other posts about people missing like the old video rental places because technology's changed and pretty much they don't have that much anymore. But I loved them. And growing up in the '80s, lots of memories back to my dad. We never. I remember we didn't have cable because in the country. This is, I mean, they have it now, but back then they were real lazy. They only had like, it was, if it's a very if it's not a well populated area, they didn't go there back in the '80s, at least around my area, and they didn't want to go in the country because my dad wanted cable really bad. And then we didn't get cable till we moved out here, the Kennedy Trailer Court in summer 1990 when I was still in the army, and then he had all. When he got it, he had everything. He had HBO, Showtime, and Cinemax, and then he got Encore. Back then, Encore was only $1 a month. But this isn't about that. This is about video rentals. Like I said, we didn't have cable. We just had the traditional rabbit ears. He had, I mean, well, an antenna and rabbit ears too. But the antenna was uh, hooked up this big antenna to the chimney because we live in a big house. They had a thing going down there, and it went to like a thing of alligator clips. And you put it at the back of your TV, and you get signal, and then make sure to take them off when it's raining so it didn't get struck by lightning. But I was always afraid that lightning would come through that. That never happened. And he was really happy. He found an ad from Mace Electronics for a video disc player. And this is not the ones that look like my Uncle Wayne gave me, that looked like a big record in a sleeve. This is one that was like, it was the same size, but it was in a self-contained cardboard case with plastic on the outside, and you had to angle it and push it in the player. And he found one of those players for $101, and he was really happy. He wanted to get it from Mace Electronics. So we got it, and we ran. They had like a thing where you could rent those video discs there, and that's what we did. And it like broke down like twice in 10 days. And my dad took it back both times. And he said, "I don't want this anymore." And the guy said, "Those are junk." And it's a good thing he took it back because like about three weeks after he took it back, they got rid of them, and they got rid of those video discs too, and no other place rented them. So we would have been screwed in about 3 weeks if he wanted to take those back. And then he decided for another $35 to get a VCR. And back then they had they had a thing where you can rent videotapes. I remember the very first two movies we rented on video was on VHS was Superman 3 and Kramer versus Kramer. Oh, and the very first movie we saw on video disc was Alan the Pussycat with Barbara Streisand. My mom wanted to see that, so that's what happened. And then from that point on, we discovered all these other video rental places. In Edinburgh, we used to go to Edinburgh all the time, and they had something called Family Home Video, I think it was called, and then became Papa Rops much later on. And that's the place we usually went to. It was Lampman's, owned by Lampman's working there. And there was a competing place called Knight's Home Video, and that's where my friend John Walkowitz went to. And now it's like I don't know if it's laundromat or something like that now. But those places are long gone. Actually, Papa Rob stayed in business till early 2000 something. I think it's now an H&R Block or something like that. And much more video rental places in Albion. After we went there, that's when you had to pay like a yearly membership fee, or you had to pay a membership fee. And in Albion, they opened one up in I think '85, called Family Home Video or something similar title. And my dad was going to get me a membership for my birthday, and he did, and we rented movies. And that place was open up until the early 2000s. And we went there a lot, and I went there a little bit when I was in the Army, but it's kind of tough when you're in the Army. And then I went there a decent amount after I got out of the Army, and then eventually we didn't go there as much. And I remember the last couple movies, I remember they had the Hellraiser Inferno. Not, was it Hellraiser Inferno or, no, Hellraiser, the one after Hellraiser Inferno. I remember renting that. They were selling some movies for $1. I remember buying Force 5, which is a good movie, good cheesy movie. I think the last two movies we rented there were Scary Movie, and also my dad wanted to see. I remember in Married with Children, Al Bundy was always talking about the John Wayne movie Hondo. I'd never seen that movie anywhere, and they had it down there. I remember renting that from my dad. Either Hondo or Scary Movie. It might have been Scary Movie was the last movie we rented down there. And not too long after, it went out of business. And then we didn't have a video rental place. And then they opened one up with the greatest title in the world called The Final Cut after the Pink Floyd album. And that was in business for a while. And then it went out of business. And it became like a thrift store. And then I don't even think the thrift store moved into where Red Wagon was. Well, anyways, going back to the 80s, the only other, that's the main place we rented movies from. And when I went in the Army, I didn't rent anything in basic training. You're so busy, you did that. But they had like a little Army place right across PX. We rented movies in Fort Gordon, Georgia, and watched them in the break room. And then in Germany, I bought a VCR and TV, and then there was a couple places. There's one in the PX. They had like a building that housed the PX. It looked like a mall. They had one on the outside. I remember renting movies from there. There was a bigger place. We rented movies from Star Video Rental, and there was a smaller place. There was like 4 different places we rented movies. And then going on to Fort Bragg. We went, it was like there was a library. Oh, and also the library in Germany too. The library, of course, and then there was like on Bragg Boulevard, it was like 2 or 3 places we rented there. Actually, it was 3, and one went out of business. One stopped selling them. So there was just one main place that we rented movies along with that. And then there was like a Blockbuster, but that was like way down there. And I never went to, it was a Blockbuster or something. It might not have been a Blockbuster. I can't remember. Or maybe it was. I can't remember. And then there was, in Fort Detrick, Maryland, there's a whole bunch of them. And I think that was the first place we went. There was a Blockbuster there. And then getting out of the Army, they even had video rental places in Surefine and in Golden Dawn. And Golden Dawn kept that. I don't know when Surefine got rid of their video rental place. They have something now called Froggy Video or Froggy something. I should make a little video and ask if anyone's ever heard of that. Could you hear of Redbox? But Froggy's something different. That's the only place I've seen Froggy. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Frog Video or something. I should make a little video about that, see if anyone knows about it. And like you see Redbox and stuff, but I miss those days. I miss those. I miss going to the video rental place. I really do. I mean, I have a lot of good memories because they had a lot of the unusual, hard to find movies. Now, pretty much at Redbox and stuff like that, you got like the mainstream main movies. But they had like the real obscure, and the video rental places growing up, they had really obscure stuff. And if you like the obscure and the unusual like I do, that was a lot of fun finding these movies, you know. You're not going to find any of the Ilsa films on Redbox or anything like that, you know. But I miss the old mom and pop places. I really do. I said that Golden Dawn had their video rental place for a while, and then when Godzilla came out, I won a Godzilla t-shirt from there. But it was just, I thought it'd have a big picture about Godzilla, but it was just a green shirt and it had the Godzilla logo right there. That's all it was, but it's still cool. But I miss those places, especially in the Army, because I didn't have cable in the Army, you know. In Germany, you just had one station, AFN, Armed Forces Network, and then you could try to get a very cloudy German station, but it was all in German. But, I mean, I rented movies in the Army like they were going out of style, because that's our main source of entertainment, except for AFN. And then in Fort Detrick and in especially Fort Bragg. You know, the Rabbit Ears. I got some stations there, including Channel 40, which is UHF station. You can get NBC, Fox, and stuff. The reception in Fort Detrick, Maryland, wasn't that great. So I mean, I only got some stuff there, but I usually just rented movies. But I miss the mom and pop places. I really do. I've seen some comments from there, and like I said, there was a Blockbuster next to Walmart, and when that guy raised the rent, all those places went out of business, including the Dollar Tree. And it was awesome, you know. And they got rid of the Dollar Tree was awesome. They got rid of Dollar Tree and the Blockbuster. I remember they were going through movies like there, and people were selling them, and then they checked the movie. If the movie was no good, they had a big back room. They just tossed in the DVDs back, and they had like a giant stack of discarded DVDs. And they had like Film Fest Video in Girard. That was probably the last place I rented movies from, and or buying movies from. They were selling movies there. But they just don't have those places anymore. The Final Cut went out of business in, I don't know, 2010 maybe or something. 2011. But they just weren't making enough money. It's just a shame. I miss those places, but, you know, now I have Netflix now, and, you know, but it's just not the same. Sometimes you find some obscure movies on Netflix, but you have to really look. I found a couple real weird ones. But usually it's kind of tough. The obscure ones are in the mom and pop home video rental places. I really miss those very much. I know I was talking about Saturday morning cartoons. I remember they said rock and roll. We're talking about that. You know, it's a shame that the kids of today are going to miss out on those things. I grew up on Saturday morning cartoons, you know, and she was talking about, maybe it was that post or another post. She was talking about going to the video rental place, missing those places too. Because it's fun doing that. You schedule a movie night or something like that with a family. And it was, like I said, it was cool. But the only places now you can really rent movies. Well, I mean, you got Redbox and that Froggy Video. I got to film. Next time I go into Surefire, I got to bring my camera. Just film that little thing. See if anyone knows about that. I never heard that's the only place I've ever seen them. And the only other place is pretty much now like a mom and pop type place, I guess, would be your library. Because we have a library now, but it's only open like 3 days a week. He did a rambling video about the old days, missing the old days. The video rental places, because I loved it. My dad loved going there. Taking us down there. Usually on a weekend, we usually go down there and rent like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 movies. And there was a place near Edinburgh College that rented movies too, and that was cool too. You went there, and there were some other places too that I probably remember, but you know, it's just been a while. And then you see the guy thing places going out of business, you know. And we rented Scary Movie on VHS too. It wasn't until what was it, 2000 or 2001 or 2002 I first got a DVD player, you know. There you have it. I really miss those mom and pop video stores. I know my dad does. I think he liked Netflix, but I don't know. He was complaining there's too many horror films on there, but I like horror films. But so, like I said, I miss the mom and pop video places. So this is like my rambling, kind of like a rambling trip down memory lane. So until next time, everybody, please take care of my Legion. This stuff is only $2 a case, half case, from Cott Beverages in Tampa, Florida. So, take care, everybody.